Never answer to no, man, I still go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, and welcome to another episode of Fight Night. I'm joined by my boys, Stacks, Will. Kill better be here soon, or I'm going to kill him.
Kill's gonna get killed. That's some bullshit.
Why can't I hear Stacks? I can't
That's
hear the
some
laugh.
bullshit.
Why can't I hear you?
Kill gonna get killed. That's some bullshit. You're on mute, Stacks.
He's not, though.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
All right, well, Stacks fixes his... Oh, and see, I mention his name, and he appears. I told I just
Hold
said,
on.
kill. If you don't show up, I was gonna kill you.
Hold on. I got something. Hold on. I gotta make my epic return somehow, motherfucker. Hold on. Welcome back, y'all, to the goddamn. I forgot what the show is called, but Sports Support. There you go.
Fight night.
Fight Night.
You're
Fight
fired.
Night.
Fired.
Oh,
Fired.
wait a minute. How you
Fired.
gonna fire me, Josie? And I'm the
Fired.
champion. How you gonna fire the champion? Huh? How you
Look
gonna
at that.
fire
That's what I'm
me?
talking about.
How are you gonna fire the champ?
That's what I'm talking about. He got a US belt now, boy.
You know,
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
But I gotta say, the name's got to change because the goatee is gone.
No, the goatee ain't gone. It's there, kind of. Well, it's pubic hair. It's pubic hair.
It's
but
dirty.
Not as good as
That's
it was.
dirty.
It's not as good as it was.
Hey, fuck you, Austin Theory. You a bitch. I'm the U.S. champion. You
Love
trash.
Austin Theory. That's my boy.
Yo, dumbass fucking fucked up the Money in the Bank cash-in, you idiot. I'm the U.S. champ. Look at
I'm
this.
the US champ. I'm the U.S. champ. He said.
Where's my chair at? I don't forget where I put my chair at. Hold on. Wait a minute.
He trying to plan this big old entrance and losing shit.
Wait a minute. The champ has returned
The champ has returned.
after being dead for 2 weeks. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I'm sorry.
Excuses.
I'm sorry.
You
sorry.
should,
Nah,
Kill.
man.
I'm
You
here.
should, Kill.
I'm here.
You know how many times I watched that Rumble, Kill?
So many freaking times.
I watched it. No, it was a great Rumble. I watched it once, but it was a fantastic Rumble.
Me and Stacks have probably watched it 4 or 5 times a piece.
Yeah,
much?
Kill.
Well, we watch it every day before we're supposed to do it, so it can be fresh in our heads. Because we watched it 3 weeks ago and took notes.
I did.
I watched it a week ago. I remember most of what happened. Don't worry.
And it was Kill's idea. Here we go.
And I skipped one part, but you
We'll
guys
talk
remember.
about that.
Yeah,
That's all right. We'll
We
cover
actually
that.
we have got a whole lot to talk about this week, so we're gonna dive right into it. First things first, we got. I think the biggest thing we had to talk about Raw 30 last night.
I didn't watch that shit.
Dude, you can't talk shit if you didn't watch it because
I
it
ain't
was
watched that
actually
shit.
shut.
It was
Bro,
pretty
I
good.
swear, I'm
I
not in
ain't
the
watched that
mood.
shit.
I'm not in the
Will.
mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood.
Will.
Well, it was pretty
He's
good,
trolling.
Will.
He's
Listen,
trolling. He's
listen,
trolling.
listen. I got a thing called work. So when I got
Fair
doing the
enough.
show last night, I
Fair
got to make
enough.
that paper because Raw 30 didn't give me no money.
True.
Dude, but Raw was over before our show
Raw 30
started.
ain't making me no money.
Wait a minute.
That's true. Well, I'm working tomorrow, so I feel you. I
Raw
can't
30
work,
was
man.
over before our
I
show
feel you. I can't
started.
do that.
And I went to
Raw
sleep.
was good.
Exactly. I went to sleep. I went
I'm
to
saying
sleep.
you could have watched it before our
I went to
show.
sleep when I got off from work, into the sports report, and went right back to sleep.
Excuses.
Right back
You
to
could've
Always
watched
gonna
the-
be
Excuse
excuses.
my ass. Sleep.
highlights.
Excuse my ass, he
But
said.
you could have cheated and watched the highlights at least, right? You could have done the highlights.
I mean, I saw a couple of write-ups on it, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
fair.
So we started off with the
Plus, I got 3 y'all. I got the 3 y'all to back me up. Good grief.
What you
We
mean?
started off with the trial
Yeah.
of Sami
I got the
Zayn.
3 y'all to back me up.
So we started off with the trial of Sami Zayn. And
I did see that on TikTok.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, this was good.
This was pretty good.
It was not what I wanted, and that was the acknowledgement of the tribal chief. I wanted RAWXXX to show up, and we're going to talk about that some more and what's all going on with that here in a minute. But
Oh, Josie, I forgot to do something, Josie.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to do something.
Round one.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
But
That's official.
it was
Round one.
that was good. I don't know what all of a sudden Paul Heyman's issue is with Sami Zayn, but he
I love it.
despises Sami all of a
I
sudden.
love it.
I don't mind it. It's just I don't like it's come out of nowhere for no reason.
I agree.
Like I don't understand that part.
It's WB though. Everything ain't gotta make sense.
That's fair. And
You
it
know what
and
I'm
it's
saying?
and
But he
and,
was-
and they're
he
kind of
was
leading you down that
praising
path
Sami.
of what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
because I get what you're saying. Because
he was
'cause he was
praising
in his
Sami
corner
not
before.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes,
he
he
was in his
was.
corner
And now
before.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden he's like and the shit that he brought up, I was just like, and then the greatest part to me was seeing Solo do the Samoan spike just like
He's about to do it too.
That gave me chills, man. That
That's
gave me
fantastic.
chills. I saw someone say that was one of the best segments on Raw ever. Crap. No, it wasn't.
And then they
No,
put
it wasn't.
and then they put all the they put all the videos up of Sami Zayn doing his thing.
Yeah.
I saw that on TikTok. That
And
was
then
awesome.
I loved that it was Jay that came to his rescue. And then the match following that was great. Sammy coming titles.
Fire.
I love that.
Fire.
I love me some Sammy Oos. I love me some Sammy Oos.
I love that bearded white man. He is awesome.
He's fantastic.
He's the only thing that's kept the bloodline fresh in the last 5-6 months.
Joe,
Try
that,
WWE.
that 1D, like Jay and Sammy did.
That 1D, yeah. That was all good.
Bro, that shit got me excited. I got hyped. And then Sammy pinned him, and they were both holding the titles.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was great. I thought there was a little bit of forewarning because the way Sammy looked at him.
Yes.
The way Sammy looked at him, he's like, I want these.
I
He's
want
looking
these.
like this.
Yeah.
Like he's interested in it or
Like
something.
he's like, I want these.
Little
Really,
bit of
I
foreshadowing,
want these
maybe?
for real. Yeah, that's what I felt. Because we've all said, I know some people are pushing that it's going to be Sammy. I don't think Sammy is not a believable person to beat Roman in my brain. As much as I like him, as over as he is, he's not believable to beat Roman. Sammy and KO winning the tag titles,
Is
100%
more believable. Yeah, absolutely, Josie.
Should be thrown the
Speaking
Usos.
facts over there, Josie. Speaking.
So, I love that. Hang on, gotta fix my hat. But I've seen a bunch of people trying to say that it's one of the greatest segments on Raw ever. Crap.
I wouldn't go that far.
Crap.
It
was a good
much
segment.
of a reference point then, if that's their.
It was a good segment. I liked it. And another thing that frustrated me about that segment was how mad Roman got over him not having a defense. Sammy shouldn't have to defend himself. This is crap.
He's proved himself multiple times. Over again.
And it's literally just because Roman is jealous of his popularity.
Absolutely.
And I don't even feel like it's really Roman jealous. It's Paul jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
And being that little wise man in Roman's ear.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could have been rushed. You think so? It could have been rushed.
Oh, it definitely was rushed.
It's definitely been rushed
because
this was all a cover because let's get into it. It was originally supposed to be
it's almost Mania.
It was originally supposed to be the acknowledgement of Roman, and we all know that was going to lead to The Rock coming out, making the challenge. That's what's going to happen. I am so freaking sick and tired of every single year at Mania season, this whole rumor starts of The Rock's coming back. The Rock's coming back. And I'm sorry. It's crap that he says, oh, I can't get in shape for a championship match by Mania. Like you didn't know this was coming? You know it's been being talked about for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
You have made mention to it. You have said it.
Priorities.
So I wish at this point, I wish The Rock would just come back and say, I'm done. I'm not coming back.
Fair.
Put me in the Hall of Fame and let's end it. Because I'm tired of getting that little sliver of hope every single Mania season just for it to be pulled away. And now the rumor is they've gone back to him and they're trying to get him to do they're trying to get him to do a Stone Cold versus The Rock rematch. Totally for it. I wouldn't be against it. Wouldn't be against it.
I know is right here.
I know, like me and Kill and Stacks, the only person I think that was watching back then when they had their first 2 matches was Will. And so it would be the first time the 3 of us had seen something like that. I'd be all for it.
I'll be great.
But the chances, in my head, the chances that it happens
0.
I mean, the Rock stay in shape.
Can't
bro.
do
How
it.
the fuck-
And that's the thing. That was the other thing, Kill. That man stay in shape. He spends 4 or 5 hours in the gym every day. And I realize staying in shape and being in ring shape are two very different things.
Two different
very
things.
different things.
Yep.
You can,
1000%.
I mean, you look at guys like Triple H and Lesnar and guys that are in shape all the time. And when they take several months off of the ring, it's a Punk. Punk was still in pretty damn good shape for UFC. And it took him about 6 months to get back in ring shape. And so I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these constantly every year. The Rock's coming back. The Rock's no, he's not. No, he's not. So
taking that thing personal. Josie taking it personal.
No,
it's just aggravating, bro. I got my hope. I really, especially that the fact like the segment was planned. It was happening, and it got scrapped. It literally got canceled 3 days before the show.
Last minute. Yep.
And like I said, Will, when you weren't on, it's not like they haven't been talking about this for 6 months. They've been saying that this was a possibility. The Rock had brought up
that this
could be happening at Mania. So he knew. So if you really think you can't be in shape for this match, like that's an excuse. That's an excuse.
I have a little
ask
bit
you
of
a question though. Go ahead, Kill. Go ahead, Kill.
Well, I was going to. I have a little bit of hope that he'll be at the Rumble.
Well, and from what I heard, there is still a really good chance he shows up at the Rumble, but not in a match.
He's just not going to wrestle.
Match.
Yeah. And what I have heard is Rumble could set up the Stone Cold Rock match.
Rock.
I love that.
Stare down. And
I love it.
If it happens, I'm all for that. I would still rather.
I'm all for that.
I'm all for it, but I still would have rather seen Roman versus The Rock.
Yeah,
The Rock is the end point of Roman's
exactly. Story. That puts if he beats The Rock, he really is the head of the table.
He's the
Until that happens, I don't think he is. So that's my frustration there. But the trial of Sami Zayn was good. Again, I think Roman is taking. He's selfish. Like. He doesn't know. Even after Sammy got in and won those titles, I don't want to see him till Saturday.
It's still not enough. Yeah.
It's still not enough.
Yeah, it's still not enough.
He literally made sure the Usos retained.
Yeah.
And it ain't enough. Even though he literally helped the Bloodline retain the red ugly ass tag titles.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
I agree.
He's being a bitch. I think it's Paul Heyman.
I agree.
And the other thing I had with frustration with this is it ran way too long.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
way too long. To the fact that we didn't even get to have the Bayley versus Becky match, which I was looking forward to.
I want to see Bayley so bad, man. I really do. For reasons.
Like, I was really looking forward. I met her once.
Oh, you met Bayley?
All right, so real quick story. I was working here in San Antonio, and at the time, she was dating Aaron Solo from AEW. Solo. She was dating Aaron Solo. I worked with him.
I'm sorry, by the way. I'm sorry, Aaron Solo. Go ahead, Josie.
She was engaged to Aaron Solo. I worked with him at the YMCA, and I met her through him.
Yikes!
I met Maurice in Florida while she was still a diva.
Maurice? Wait, is Bayley as beautiful as Serene?
I will say she does, man. She looks totally different. Same thing I said about Lil Wayne when I met him. Looks totally different when I was working at a hotel out here. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, I met Maurice when I went down to Florida for autograph signing with my cousin. She was there. Man, that woman is beautiful.
Yeah, but Bayley looks very. She wears baggy clothes when she's in regular. She wears a beanie. She looks very toned down, extremely toned down. Still hot. That's why I be wearing. Still hot. But
Bayley was good, girl. Hola. Like, hi.
But in a 3-hour show. Oh, and you did have Hogan kicking off. I didn't even watch this.
Oh, boo.
I didn't even watch it.
I skip. I'm sorry.
What a
Fuck
waste.
I
that.
will always
That-
give Hogan his due for what he did for the business,
Yeah.
but at the same time, the man is a liar.
He's a liar.
That man
He's
was
a
there for the
racist. He's
check, man.
homophobic. He's
Like always.
Yeah.
Man was there for the check last night.
yeah.
Yep, that was it.
And-
I'm gonna
and-
get this quick check
and-
real quick.
And he got zero pop. Zero pop. Nobody gave a shit that he was out there. It was sad.
And this
it
line right
was.
here made me like, Paul Heyman can get under my skin. He received the ECW chance, and he, however, told
Oh
Reigns,
yeah.
ECW is
ECW's
dead.
dead.
And I wish the same for Sami Zayn. What the
I
fuck
loved
did
it.
Sami Zayn
That
do
was
to you?
amazing. That was amazing, though. A great way
I
to
gotta
set
give
that
Josie
up.
credit.
Great
I
way to
gotta
set
give
the
I
table.
gotta give Josie credit when you go against one of the people that she like. Hey, Josie go to bat. I gotta give Josie. I gotta give you credit on that, Josie.
It just,
Fuck Paul Heyman.
it's
Care.
not.
I love Paul
It's
Heyman.
not even that.
Me too.
Bring me more. Bring me more.
And I do like
Bring me more
Paul.
Paul Heyman.
I respect Paul
Yeah.
immensely. One of the goats as far as
Mhm.
managers in wrestling. Goat.
But at some
status.
point, Josie, you know they got to start that divide somewhere.
And
So
it's-
even
but
though
it-
it's not the
You gotta-
greatest
you gotta
writing,
start it
It's
somewhere,
been
man.
coming.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for it. I know it's coming and everything.
Yeah.
I just think the level of hatred he's showing for Sammy is a little too much.
I agree.
Like it's
That's
like
great.
you
I
just
love
said
it.
you wanted that man dead.
That was fantastic, though.
But
That
like,
was
that-
awesome
that put
because
it
it
over
fit
the top.
character.
Put over the
Because
top.
it fit
but his-
character.
but no,
Yeah,
his
it
proof
does.
was,
That's
like,
because
his evidence was
Preach,
petty
Will.
as fuck.
Yeah, really.
that's why it was
Yeah,
awesome. Because
and
it
the
fit his character.
evidence was petty as fuck.
But
Exactly.
but it still fit his character. That's why it was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah,
He is
he's
petty.
He's a
Yeah,
conniving.
is
it
petty.
fit his character.
Yeah.
I gotta say this: the Usos,
Usos.
Judgment Day match was great.
Yeah, that was a good match.
People can talk
No
shit
way
on
they were going to win that. Yeah.
People can talk
Yeah,
shit
Judgment
on
Day,
Dom
yeah.
all you want, but the kid is coming into his own.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am really.
I wish I could do
enjoying-
the love sign but I can't.
Bam!
That's
Nah,
my boy.
the thing
That's
you
my boy.
gotta-
There you go.
Wait,
Nah, the
can I
thing
do
you
that?
gotta give
Josie's
credit-
helped me out.
Oh, I can't do that.
The-
There it is.
the
That's
thing-
for
the-
me.
The thing you gotta give props to, man, the Usos always go out there and put on a good show. When was the
They
last
do.
time the Usos had a bad match?
yeah, I mean, not in
Can't
this
name
run.
it.
Not in this
nope.
run.
Nope,
Not
not in this run.
I will
Nope.
say before the
No.
bloodline, they were getting kind of stale. But
Oh, no doubt.
in this record reign run, they haven't
Sammy.
had a bad match.
Sammy
Fantastic,
saved
man.
that. Sammy
Yeah,
saved
they've been
that.
putting on a good show.
Yeah.
Um, and but that
Save
was a
the
good
bloodline,
match by
period.
both teams. Like I said,
Mhm.
I'm really liking Dominic Mysterio.
Hey, when they
I
gonna
love-
put y'all? When they gonna put the championship on my girl? They need
Josie's
to
on
hurry
the
up.
train. Me and Josie are on the train.
They need to hurry up. Why
Dominic-
On his girl. Who's his
Why
girl?
they
Rhea.
taking their slow time
Oh.
for Rhea?
Rhea is not getting a title yet, bro. She's
She
not.
need it.
You need
Man,
to let
she-
it go. It's not happening.
Man, I wanted to
It's
get it
not-
though.
Will,
Will, I've been saying it for months.
SummerSlam is probably when it's going to happen. Not
When-
That's a long time.
That's a long
Yeah,
time.
that's a long
They
time.
pretty
it's a
much
good
are
amount of
already setting
I
up the
understand it,
feuds.
but I'm just saying it's a long.
And Bianca getting and you want to talk about getting stale?
Bianca, get her
I
off
think
my
Bianca
team.
might be.
She
losing.
getting
I
stale.
think Bianca
She
might
getting
lose to
stale.
Alexa.
I
I
like
think
Bianca.
Bianca
Don't get.
might
I like
lose
I
Bianca.
to
do
Don't,
too, but it's
it's
getting.
just getting
it's
old.
stale.
Move on. Next.
Move
She's
on.
been-
Yeah.
Next.
She's been a champion.
Oh Jesus. Oh
The
God.
EST.
Oh.
The best.
The
Well,
EST.
did y'all see what? Did y'all see?
EST.
Was it
What?
Russo? Was it
Exactly.
Russo? I don't remember who said it. Someone said this week that her promos aren't believable. Like they're
No,
just,
they haven't been
And you can
And
tell. And you can tell she reading. And you can tell she was. It's like
verbatim.
it's like verbatim
Verbatim.
reading. You can
Verbatim.
tell.
Bianca, I can't.
Yes.
You can tell.
and it will and
Yeah.
Kill. It's not that I don't like her. I do.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't-
just
I love her.
it's the same thing with Jade. I
Cut
enjoy
that
Jade.
And cut that
Yes.
ponytail.
Oh my
Well,
God.
the
please.
ponytail isn't even hers. It's a
Oh,
it's a
grab that
fiction.
motherfucker.
Listen,
I
I'm
grab
black.
that
Because
bitch.
I've
I'm
seen
black.
pictures of her
Will
without
says
it.
I got a plan for that.
I got a plan for that.
As someone who was raised around black women and I'm black, it's a fake ass weave. It ain't
Oh
no
hell
way.
yeah, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
and I've
That's
Halloween.
seen
definitely
pictures
not.
of
That's
her
Halloween.
without it.
Yeah.
Like
Hell
it's
yeah.
not
not
real.
Trust me.
That's
It's
Halloween.
not real.
Um,
It's
It ain't real.
but
No.
She's kind of to a point where she doesn't need a title. She's over.
You're right.
No,
she's
she don't.
beyond over.
She's on that Jade level. Obviously,
she's on that Jade level.
She's on that Jade level.
But you can also go ahead and use this time to put it on Bliss. Let her go through that whole Uncle Ruckus stuff or whatever his whole Uncle Ruckus shit. And then go through that whole Uncle Ruckus shit. And then after that, you can put her up against Rhea and let Rhea win that championship.
Rhea better smack that ass.
Smack the hell out of her ass.
I'm tired of that bitch, man.
I'm sick of this hoe.
My name is Uncle Howdy, no relation.
That motherfucker Uncle Ruckus. Come on now. That motherfucker Uncle Ruckus.
I could see Alexa winning at Rumble. I could.
Yeah.
She finally lets him in again, and
but my thing is,
Sister Abigail character.
But here's my thing: unless you use it to further Sister Abigail,
Bliss
don't need it neither.
What's the point? Yeah,
right. Bliss don't need it neither.
I kind of disagree with that. I kind of disagree. Bliss is not as over as she once was.
Man, but look,
the last 2 years of Bliss have been as the Rock TikTok says, straight dog shit. The last
But she still got her fanboys out there to keep her relevant.
Of course.
Oh, I'm one of them. That booty is.
I love Alexa. Alexa's eyes. Have you seen her eyes, bro?
Kills over here like eyes. I'm like, eyes? What are you talking about? What? I ain't looking at her eyes. Kill, that's the last thing I'm looking at.
Listen, she looks like
you ain't lying. That's like Oscar. The last thing I'm looking at is the eyes.
I know you love Oscar.
Hell yeah.
I know you love Io Sky too. I know
Hell
you do.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
You see my name up there?
So guys, we've got a lot to talk about. We got to move.
We do.
Let's go.
We gotta keep moving.
So after that match, you get a segment. JBL, the most boring parts of Raw.
Oh my God.
JBL and Baron Corbin backstage with the Godfather.
No hose. Unlike the Rumble.
Ask y'all,
no
did the
hose
hose come out?
No hose.
No
hose.
No,
we're not doing that anymore, bro.
That segment ain't worth it.
They can't do that, Will.
You can't do that.
Oh man, that segment ain't worth it,
Will
man.
said,
That segment is dog shit.
He wasn't.
That segment is dog shit. Then
well, it wasn't even if it was
Godfather with no hose. Come on,
even if it was that time. It wasn't. He wasn't out at the ring, so the hose wouldn't have been with him anyway. It was a backstage segment.
That's true.
And it led to a poker game. And oh my God, like JBL and Corbin are literally the worst thing on WWE television right now.
Hell, Josie, you might as well Josie. Ron Simmons ain't doing shit. You might as well just got him back and
that was what excited me.
Damn.
They walked into the establishment that's holding this poker tournament, and it's APA protection. So I thought we were gonna get an APA reunion, and I'm sorry, that's the only time I like JBL.
Yes, facts.
Nah, I like them with the limo and the cowboy hat.
No, the wrestling god.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that JBL. I can't stand.
I love that JBL.
I'm the same. Like I can't stand that. I don't like JBL as a person.
I'm indifferent to the wrestling god. I didn't hate it.
He's a great heel.
I didn't hate it either.
He is.
I like
to say that. He's a godly heel.
Ron was the owner, and Corbin had to bribe.
Corbin better just start making meat, man. Corbin better just start doing his cooking show because his wrestling days are over.
I feel sorry for Baron Corbin. They drugged him to dog shit.
Yeah,
man. And honestly,
he's a bona fide jobber. Will
honestly, Stacks, if you were to bring back the Lone Wolf, I think you could save Corbin.
Oh, 1,000%, but I don't think they're going to do it. They're not going to do it.
When I first saw the end of days, I was like, damn.
It's going to take him too long to get it figured out, and he's just no one's going to give a shit at that point.
When I saw end of days that very first time, I went, damn.
Yeah, his old theme was fantastic.
Yeah,
it's great. I loved it too. But
so the next thing, I tell you guys, this was about my biggest mark out of the whole night. LA Knight comes out.
Oh yeah,
calls out.
That was
Wyatt.
Great. That was fantastic.
Music cuts out, or the lights cut out, and we get the return of not just Taker, but American Badass Taker.
Yeah,
that's my
Had a little trouble on the motorcycle. I didn't know if he was gonna get out of the curtain though. but he
Yeah, he did have issue with the curtain. He did have issue with the curtain. But
it took him a little bit.
That Taker was the Taker that was around when I first started watching wrestling. I loved that version of Taker. I wish he would have made one more run towards the end with that Taker. I loved in the last match he had with AJ that they kind of did
great, man.
The hybrid.
That Taker was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved it, especially for that time frame when with 9/11 and everything that happened. It was perfect. It was perfect. And then yes, I loved that Taker came out instead of the regular Taker. He comes out.
I'm sort of kind of feeling LA Knight a little bit.
Oh man, we've said it.
It's starting to feel LA
but yeah, no doubt.
Me and Shaq said it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
the best thing to come out of this feud isn't Bray Wyatt.
It's LA Knight.
LA.
I'm starting to feel him a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel him a little bit now. I ain't like him at first. I'm starting to feel him a little bit.
Will, you know, from doing this show with me for a couple of years,
he's more over than like we said.
I have been a fan of his for a while, even before he was WWE.
Even before he was LA Knight.
Yeah, before he was LA Knight, when he was I can't remember his damn name. I hate it when I do that.
Eli Drake, I think.
Eli Drake.
Yeah.
Eli Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Drake.
The best thing to come out of this feud isn't been Bray. LA has been so good, and he is easily
Triple H is going to take care of the NXT.
Sometime this year, LA Knight is a champion.
Money in the bank.
Not a world champion.
Facts.
He's holding a U.S. or Intercontinental. Facts. But he is talent. Like, LA has the charisma of Rock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that, and that's rare. That kind of charisma is super rare. LA Knight has that charisma.
He's not a pebble.
He's not.
He's great. I love it.
Unlike Ricky Starks, but anyway, we'll talk about that later.
We got to stay on track, guys. Like I said, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, true.
I did like that LA Knight brought up Taker's comments on Rogan, how the locker room is soft, and he agreed with them, but not me.
Agreed. That was good.
And then the moment that Taker and Wyatt had that passing of the torch type moment, what do y'all think he said? What do y'all think he said?
I'm giving it to you now. You better not fuck it up.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to you now. Don't fuck it up.
You're the darkness.
You got WWE. Me on the screen. I'm whispering to your ass, step it up, motherfucker.
But you really, though, if you go back and look at it, he should have been told Bray Wyatt that shit. He should have told him already. His first run.
In their match.
He should have told him already.
Yeah.
But yeah, that to me was one of the best moments of the night, just for the sheer fact that it was the American Badass Taker and not the regular Taker. Then you go back to the poker. You see DDP, Alunder Blaze, Chad Gable, Corbin, Otis. We go into the second hour. The first hour was commercial free, so we got then
action-packed first hour.
We come into what was supposed to be the cage match. The cage is loading, and then all of a sudden, all of Damage Control attacks the man, and that match is scrapped because the trial went too long. And that frustrates the fuck out of me because
they already
you let Bianca and
Charlotte
and Deville have a match, which was stupid. And took away this match.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte didn't didn't need a fucking match.
That's Charlotte though.
Yeah.
No. Cut out Charlotte's stupid promo. Cut out the match and give it to Becky and fucking.
But they're not going to do that on the anniversary. Not with Daddy there.
Right. They
won't.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Rick wasn't there, but they still want Charlotte to be a part of it.
I missed that.
Oh no, Rick was there. Rick was there.
Yeah,
that's Rick was where Rick introduced Charlotte.
Yeah.
Rick introduced Charlotte.
He did.
That suit. Yeah. Oh my god. That suit.
Liberace over there.
Then you get the G Generation Kurt Angle segment. DX and
that was good. That was good.
Faces Imperium. You get that leads to Imperium versus Street Profits and Seth Rollins, which was a good match. I mean, those are You've got 4 great guys. I'm kind of over the Street Profits. I think that's about to end.
Split it up.
I think it's
Montez Ford. They want Montez to be a singles wrestler.
I need him. I need to see him.
Supposedly, Montez Ford to be a singles wrestler anyway.
Supposedly, he is on the list at some point this year to hold the WWE Championship. Supposedly.
I don't know how. Ooh, really? Ooh.
Yeah.
That ain't believable.
No,
that ain't believable to me.
I gotta see how the bill goes first.
Yeah, it's gotta be a hell of a bill. It's gotta be a hell of a program.
You gotta get the title off Roman first before we do that.
Exactly.
Well, we all know who that is. So
then that led into the Seth Rollins Street Profits match. Street Profits and Seth Rollins won that match. You go back to Corbin, who beats Ted DiBiase, then has to pay all of his money but $100 to the IRS. I love me
cooking steaks.
I love me some IRS. Then you get Kathy Kelly interviewing Bobby Lashley up in front of his match, and then he drops that I've handled Brock tonight. I'm going to tear Theory apart. No DQ match. MVP comes in. They drop some more little snippets that the Hurt business is coming back.
It's on the way. They need to bring it back.
I think it's going to make its debut at Rumble.
Bring it back. Don't bring it back.
Then you got the Charlotte Flair and the Bianca Belair segment, which is totally unneeded. That led to the Bianca Belair Sonya Deville match, which was totally unneeded. 8.5-minute match. That was an 8.5-minute match.
Yep. Yes, it was, Josie.
Then you got the Miz, or you got another Cody Rhodes video, which they're shoving that down our throats, man. Like,
if he don't win, it's gonna be.
He's not gonna win. I don't. That is not my pick.
I don't think he's winning. I want Cody to win, but I don't think he's gonna win.
Yeah, I don't think he's winning.
Who's your pick then?
Yeah, I was gonna say who's your pick.
No, The Rock is not gonna be in it.
Who's your pick then, Josie?
I have hope.
I don't know, Will. I honestly
with this much
don't,
build, it's got to be him.
It's got to be Cody.
Honestly, if it is him, I'm gonna be disappointed because it's too much build. Like they've left no surprise
what else do you
to
expect,
it. What I like about the Rumble is the surprise, and at this point, I feel like there's no surprise. Unless he enters number 1 and runs the gauntlet, then I'll be okay.
Then I agree with that.
They have the story though. They have the story behind it with the with the pack and all that.
I know.
Like if Cody and Seth enter like 1 and 2 or something like that,
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Who's your pick then, Josie?
I don't know. I really don't.
You don't know.
I really don't know who I would pick to win it. Maybe? I think I would love to see Seth. Honestly,
I don't think so.
I will freak out.
Freaking Rollins is so over. Like
he's my favorite wrestler.
It'd be nice, but might be Rhodes and Seth in the final two.
Miz is in the ring. He's talking. Owens comes in, gives him a stunner, makes another great Kevin Owens promo. Short, sweet, to the point. Gives Miz another stunner and out the ring. After that, they run down the card for Royal Rumble. I'm going to go ahead and run it down too, since we're going to be hopefully watching that this week. 30-man Rumble match, the 30-woman Rumble match, Reigns and Owens for the WWE Championship, Belair and Bliss for the Raw Women's title. And then I don't know how I feel about this Pitch Black match. I hate company-sponsored matches and the fact that it's sponsored by Mountain Dew Midnight.
I gotta see it first before I can.
Yeah.
Remind me to buy some Pitch Black Mountain Dew for the watch party. I'm actually gonna buy some. It's gonna be nasty.
There you go.
I will buy some.
So Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. I mean, I don't think there's any way that Bray Wyatt loses that match, even though I'd love to see LA Knight win that match.
He can't lose.
Then you get the no DQ Theory Lashley match. This was a good match. I mean, you can shit on Theory all you want, but ever since Vince left, the turnaround to the more serious Theory.
I'm loving Theory
I enjoy it. I do.
Love it.
And I'm not a big Bobby fan. To me, Bobby's a little bland.
Like, the Almighty.
I like Walking Armageddon more.
That's a fair point, Josie. He is kind of bland.
I liked Impact's Walking Armageddon.
I agree.
more
Bobby's
than.
cool.
I mean, but you kind of it's kind of.
But
kinda
at the same
holding
time, that is what you get, though.
And it's kind of like a disservice to Bobby Lashley because what more can he do?
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
That's fair.
He's
Both
stuck.
points make sense.
I kind of would have
He
liked
is.
to see his
Because it don't make
It's
no
more a
sense.
creative thing.
Because it don't make no sense for him to be a face.
Have y'all seen
No.
his? He talked to Vince a couple of like a year ago about doing a thing where he goes on this losing streak. Then he goes away, gets fat, and then like MVP comes back to him and gets him back in shape. And I could think that would be a good turn for Bobby. I would like to see that. And then that's a way you could make him a face, Will. And
Could make him a face.
My only thing is if you, I don't. When I saw that, I didn't like it because I'm thinking you taking away everything he's built. Everything he's built has been based on him being a destroyer. And now you want to take. And now you want to take that.
You take it away, but then you have MVP bring it back and you make him even more destructive, even more dominant. Like you could work it to make him even more of a monster. You pull off something like that, he would almost
White Goodman.
You pull off something like that, you'd almost be on like Braun Strowman, Monster Among Men level. But then in that match, of course, we all knew Brock got involved.
Fuck, bro.
I mean, I don't mind that Brock's back as long as he's not in the title picture. I don't mind Brock as long as he's not in the title picture, especially this Brock. I like this Brock. Cowboy Brock.
The best,
the best Brock I think we've had in this run.
My only thing is, and I'm glad we get it now, but we should have been had Lashley versus Brock years ago.
This should have happened a long time ago.
Yep. I'm glad we finally got it, but
guys, in a 3-hour show, we had 4 matches.
That's some bullshit.
Four matches.
That's some bullshit.
Somebody, I mean, I know we talk about this all the time, and we know it's not gonna happen. But somebody did say it on Twitter. You imagine if this Raw was 2 hours, and you had that first hour like you did. Yeah. Shit, that would have been a killer Raw
off the chain
last night.
It would have been off the chain.
Killer Raw last night.
And now there's no, and now you don't have Monday Night Football to compete with either.
Yep.
Come on now.
So
all right, Vince, Triple H, time to step it up.
Time to step it up, buddy.
But for this, in star ratings, I would give this a 3.75.
Just from what y'all saying about it, I'll give it a 3.
That's fair.
I'll give it like a good 7.9.
It's out of 5 there.
Fuck. I can't give it a 4 because it cut out the Becky and
3.75.
3.75. Yeah.
That's fair.
Like I think that's a good rating for it because it's not a 4-star Raw. I mean, there hasn't been a 4-star Raw in
years.
Raw is God knows how long.
Raw is straight trash.
It's ass.
You talk it all the time. But you also got to remember, Kill, not long ago, SmackDown was too.
Yeah, it was bad. That's why
it was. The whole fucking product was terrible.
Yeah. So, I would say this is one of the better Raws I've seen in a very, very long time. But a lot of it was the nostalgia. It wasn't even like the current
that
people.
played a
it was
huge
the
part.
Nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
And we still didn't get everything I would have liked. In Philadelphia, how you not going to have the Dudleys? In Philly.
Where my boys at?
Didn't
he got fired. He got fired.
No, he did not get fired.
What was it?
For his release.
After his release. Okay.
After his release.
And they've been dropping tweets. It looks like the Dudley boys are about to reunite. I think we might see them on AEW sooner rather than later. But yeah. All right, moving on. After that, we didn't talk about this last week. We totally glossed over it. 2 weeks ago, we got the return of Adam Cole, baby.
Oh, baby.
Adam Cole.
I love the way they pulled that off. Guys, everybody here knows Kill wasn't in the chat, but I was messaging in the chat. I really thought he was about to retire.
Yep.
I thought it was coming. The way he was talking.
Yep.
Good news, bad news. He had
pulled the rug.
He kayfabed me.
Pulled that rug.
He got you. He got you.
I'm excited to see what he looks like once he hasn't had his first match back yet, so I'm excited to see what that looks like. I just wanted to bring that up. But then Dynamite this past week. All right, so you had the kickoff match was the All Atlantic Championship, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. These two guys don't put on a bad match. It was a good match.
It was good.
I liked that Jeff Jarrett and Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt could not get involved at all, or Sanjay would be fired.
Preach. Enough of Jeff Jarrett.
After that, you had the Trios Champions Young Bucks versus Top Flight. This was a great match. I'm telling you, Top Flight. If Top Flight doesn't have the tag titles by the end of the year, I will be totally surprised.
Something's wrong.
Unless Dante can't stay healthy. Or Darius, unless Darius can't stay healthy, which is a big if, because the man is injury prone.
I don't want them to get the tag titles, though.
They've been hot.
I know.
I don't want them. The thing. I don't want them to get the tag titles.
The thing
I'm not going to say it, though. I'm going to wait.
I love Top Flight, though, yeah.
Why? Because of the Acclaimed?
Yeah.
Just because of daddy ass.
They're not going to lose. The Acclaimed are not going to be the ones they take the. I think the Guns are going to beat the Acclaimed. I'm sorry to tell you.
No,
I don't.
That's a good way, just based on storyline, Josie. That's a solid point. Yeah.
And honestly, I think Billy turns on the Acclaimed.
Oh no!
Don't say that, Josie.
I think that's our.
I can see it.
Don't say that, Josie.
Or this week, you've got Family Therapy, the Acclaimed and the Guns. Billy's trying to bring them back together. I think it's going to lead to a match. It may not happen till Revolution in March, but I do think that Billy's going to turn on the Acclaimed and the Guns are going to win their first tag title.
I'm actually sure no, I can't.
You got to realize the Guns are super talented. They have worked hard. They look good. They are
Charlotte situation.
They remind me very much. I mean, it's definitely some nepotism.
Well,
there's a whole lot of nepotism in AEW. Look at Hook. Look at the Gun.
Fair.
I mean, there's a whole lot of nepotism in AEW. The difference is Hook is super talented, amazingly talented.
Yeah.
And then after that, you got what was the next thing? So then you got an interview with Hangman with Renee. This was a super interesting interview. Sounds like some fences are about to be mended. It sounds like Hangman might be rejoining the Elite.
Okay.
Is Renee permanent over there now?
Yeah, she signed a contract.
She signed a
contract when
she basically just does an exclusive interview, really. At least
she does backstage stuff. She does backstage. I think she doesn't want to be back on the table. She doesn't like commentating. I think she's great for backstage
where
interviews.
She's at. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But that was a really interesting. And then at the end, there was I'm not sure, but he said, I don't want to get overly specific yet. If you get the chance, could you tell? Never mind. People think he was about to say something to John, but I think he was about to ask her to say something to the Elite.
The Elite, yeah, I agree.
And so I'm interested to see where that goes. I would love to see Hangman back with the Elite. I think that's come. He has separated himself enough to be his own man, and now he can go back to the Elite and be like a Kenny, and still fight on his own, but be part.
Still
of
be with the boys.
And now that Dark Order is basically non-existent anymore, so. After that, you get Jericho Appreciation Society, Jake Hager versus Absolute Ricky Starks. You can talk all the shit you want, Will, but this is a good.
It was good. It was a good match. Yeah.
It was another great match.
It was another good one.
Hater.
We've talked about Hager.
Basic.
Hager is not great. Starks
Baker Mayfield at AEW.
Well, I don't talk to shit on the guys you like.
Yes,
God damn it. No, I don't.
You don't do it on this show.
We don't listen. I don't care. We don't.
He does it at home under his breath. I can't stand Athena.
Start
I like Athena.
It's Starks. I'm gonna stop.
Ricky Starks.
I like Starks. I like
Tell
what they're
them
doing. I like what they're doing with the Appreciation Society and Starks
Ultimate
and
Mid-Carder.
Action Andretti. Action Andretti got a win over Danny Garcia this week on Rampage.
Really?
On Rampage, yeah.
Well,
the whole thing that's going on with Andretti and Starks is they are Appreciation Society's kryptonite. Like, it doesn't matter what they do, they beat them.
Right.
And then the Appreciation Society comes out there and destroys them. But
yeah, I know he's gonna laugh at that. I know he's gonna watch that vigorously tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that.
After that, you get. No, it didn't happen this week.
Right. Happened last week.
Yeah, Ricky Starks ran out of the ring after his win. So, after that, you get a backstage interview from Jericho and Shivani. That's when they make the match for Garcia and Andretti. Andretti won. That if Garcia would have won, he'd be teaming up with Jericho this week to take on Andretti. But instead, we're getting the return of the Sex Gods, which
the Sex Gods.
The Sex Gods, man.
Hey, I'm interested to see how this gonna go.
Grandmaster Sexy.
Grandmaster Sexy.
Because I'm the daddy.
So after that, you get American Dragon versus Bandito. Danielson is still on his route
on his path
to get MJF. I am liking this more. I am liking the fact that
they're gonna build it. Yeah,
I need that man to go and win a title real quick. That's what I need that man
for
to
sure.
do.
1,000%.
I'm telling you, I would not be upset if he did beat MJF.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad either.
I wouldn't be in because honestly, so far MJF's run is.
You can hear a pin drop.
He's hardly you can hear a pin drop. This one reminds me of Josie.
It was one thing not to have matches when you weren't the champ, but to not be there and not have matches. I am under the mind that even if you're not fighting, the champion should be on TV every.
You know what this one kind of reminds me of, Josie? You remember Rey Mysterio's WWE run?
Yes.
You remember that and how it just got like no pop from anybody. It's starting to turn that way for MJF. If he don't start showing up on TV and defending the title, it's heading that way.
Yeah.
Because this week, This week, all we got from him was a couple of backstage segments.
See, man, come on. You got to put the title up, man.
You ain't Roman Reigns.
Even if you do a non-title match against somebody, you gotta wrestle.
Really?
Dude, but this match was amazing. I mean, you can't to have a bad match between the American Dragon and Bandito, two of the best guys in the business. Yeah, it's not possible. So
give him the belt.
After that, you got a backstage interview of Prince Nana and the Machine. This was where it was announced that the Machine will be taking on Danielson next week. MJF comes back there, pays him some money, and then slaps Cage in the face, says to make him mad to break. He didn't care if he won. He just wanted him to break Danielson's arm. After that, you got the Willow Nightingale versus Tony Storm match.
I'm liking Willow Nightingale.
I am too. And this match actually led to. I'm a little weird on how this is going to work. So the whole thing is Tony Storm and Saraya are against the AEW originals.
AEW's originals.
This match basically turned them heel.
Yeah, they're heels now.
And then they're feuding with Baker and Hayter, who are also heel. So are Baker and Hayter about to make a face turn? I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't. I think Britt at this point could pull off a good face run.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm loving Hayter as a heel, though.
I think that is about to split, honestly, Will. I think that's about to come to an end.
Well, she gets a pop as a
I think Hayter and
she gets a good pop as a heel.
Yeah, and so I think Hayter will remain heel. I think that the alliance of Hayter and Baker are about to end.
It's about to split.
I think you're about to see the end of the Pillar and the Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back what you were saying, Will. I am liking Willow Nightingale.
I'm loving her.
I like
saw
her teaming with Ruby. I like her teaming with Ruby. I know a lot of people here aren't fans of Ruby Soho, but I think if she could stay healthy, she might actually start making a good run.
And you look at Willow, and I've seen Willow before her AEW stuff. I watched her in the Indies, and she has grown like night and day. She couldn't do anything when she first started out, but if you look at her now, oh my gosh!
Even 6-7 months ago, in AEW, she wasn't great.
Yeah,
she has really come around.
She has really come into her own.
We've talked shit on the AEW's women division for a couple of years, and in the last year and a half, it has really
turned the corner.
Oh my god! So they do have a lot of really good homegrown talent now. Like the homegrown talent is there.
Yeah. You know what I want to see, Josie?
What's up?
Willow Nightingale. Doggone, what's her name? I can't remember her name. No. Willow ain't ready for Big Mama Swole yet. What's her name? Doggone it, Josie. I done forgot her name.
Damn, that's
I'm gonna let you think about it, Will.
Yeah, let me think about that.
So you're native. Go ahead.
But I'm loving Willow Nightingale and everything she's doing. It's good to see her on TV. It's great to see her on TV.
Oh, your main event of that match that show was Darby Allin versus Kushida. Again, two guys who are not going to give you a bad match. Like, it's not going to be a bad match. They're both super. I mean, Darby just got to be in Great Muta's final match this weekend.
Which is crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's respect right there. That's respect.
So it was a good match. I mean, you know that Darby is not going to lose to an unsigned talent. I hope one day they do pull the plug on something like this. They do a lot of these open challenges with AEW. I think at one point they need to pull the plug and someone needs to drop it to an unsigned talent.
Oh, real quick, Josie. Willow Nightingale versus Nyla Rose.
Oh, yes. Please.
Yes.
Make it happen.
I love to see that match.
Two big old. Oh, yes.
I love to see that match.
That would be a great match. Yeah.
I need some hot chocolate for that one right there.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
So that was AEW. I would give. That was one of the better AEWs I've seen in a while. The last 2 weeks of AEW have been really solid. Really solid.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about your girl yet. I ain't gonna let you get off. I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
Who?
Jay 49-0 now.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a Rampage match.
That was a Rampage.
And I wasn't gonna talk about. She is 49-0, and I'm almost positive that Red Velvet is going to be 50.
She got to be the one, Josie.
No, I think she loses to Velvet, but after that, she got to drop this damn title.
Yeah.
Take an L. It doesn't need to be, I'm going to just give up the title. She needs to take an L.
Mr. Khan, please.
After 50, she got to drop the title and go after.
I think the reason why Khan is saying I'm doing this with her is because A, she turned down WWE, and B, I made her into what she was.
And don't get me wrong, she is one of those ladies that we're just talking about that has really made the women's division homegrown talent. She is great. I do like Jade. It's just stale.
Stale as fuck.
Yeah.
It's boring.
And I just think it's time.
Cracker Bag's been laying out too long. Folks.
I just think it's Khan's ego that keeps her to where she is right now. And you need to drop that. She needs to drop that title.
I don't know if it's necessarily ego on Khan's part. I think he got a number in his head that he wants her to get to 50, and that's just where he's
comfortable with her drop, right?
Because it would take a long. I mean, she's had the title for almost 2 years.
It'll take a long time for somebody to match that.
Yeah. That could be a record that holds for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So I think he got the 50 in his head, and then I think they're kind of trying to build her almost like a China.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say that, Josie. It's it's almost like a China type deal.
Wait. You mean a black China?
Yeah.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me, Jane. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Don't attack me. I'm calling her Black China from now on. I hope you know that.
Oh, man. That was a good one.
Before we get into Rumble 2000, because we are finally going to do that breakdown tonight, I do want to talk about the card for Dynamite tomorrow night, because it has the potential to be another very solid banger. I am super excited. As you saw at the beginning of the show, we did lose an amazing talent in Jay Briscoe last Tuesday. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Everybody's heard that they wanted to do a tribute show just like they did for Brody Lee, and Warner Brothers would not allow it. I think it's crap.
Discovery.
I think it's crap. And for one,
if you think it's I mean,
as sick as it makes me to say this, I actually agree with Jim Cornette. How are you going to have guys like Nick Gage and other people who have had shady past on your TV and not
Dana White?
And then right after Dynamite, which I wanted to talk about last week, PowerSlap debuted, which I think is a stupid thing, and as it is, and I want to talk about towards the end of the show. But
ain't no wrong with PowerSlap.
I think Jay Briscoe, he made some mistakes in the past, but
but he had also apologized for them several times.
How long are where's it end?
In the LGBT community, I forgave him. Like
everyone forgave him.
It's just I think, and especially the man died.
He's passed away.
He died tragically too.
Yeah.
But because of that, we are tomorrow night on what would have been Jay's 39th birthday. We're getting Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal, who was one of Jay Briscoe's biggest rivals and friends. And I'm really excited for that. People saying that Warner Brothers took the criticism to it. No, it was never Mark. They never had an issue with Mark. They had an issue with Jay.
Yeah.
I knew the moment this happened that Jay would be on Dynamite very soon after.
If you're calling, does that make you take a second look at Warner Brother and Discovery? I mean,
no, because I don't know where your other options
where else you're gonna go
to be as mainstream as you are.
Yeah, I think he'll stay with WB.
I mean, they're supposed to be negotiating their TV deal at some point this year.
Yeah.
So
fair.
All right. So real quick, the card for that. So you got Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal. I honestly think that's going to be the kickoff match. Then you've got Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Ricky Starks and Action Andretti. You can talk all the shit you want. I think this is still going to be a good match. Darby Allin and Buddy Matthews in a TNT Open Championship Challenge match. I mean, again, I don't see Buddy winning this. Darby is going to win.
Darby's winning.
But it'll be a great match. Again, two guys that can go.
Darby boy.
Darby's
my son. That's my son right
Darby could be holding AEW World Champion at some point this year.
Oh yeah, I think
I would love that. Let's go.
Then you're getting even though they said it was going to be one night only, we are getting another Jungle Hook match, which I am okay with because I am loving Jungle Boy and Hook, and Hook is being booked how Taz should have been back in the day.
Y'all know I love Jungle Boy.
Taz.
Y'all know I love me some Jungle Boy.
I do, and I love me some Jungle Boy. I love me some Hook. The two of them together are great. They both
that leads to an interesting what if, Josie, because you can ask the question: how good Taz would have been if he never had injuries?
We're going to talk about that here in the Rumble. Well, I've gotten that written down. We're going to talk about that when we get into the Rumble.
No doubt.
So you got Jungle Hook versus.
I don't know about Hook yet, though. I need
Jungle Hook versus Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. I would like to see Hook promo more.
I
need to see him.
Yeah. That's kind of where I was coming from. Is see him on the mic a little bit more.
Yeah. I feel you.
Then you get the Acclaimed and the Guns family therapy. I mean, I think it's going to be a great segment because they're both great, but not going to be much to that. Brian Cage versus Bryan Danielson. I mean, this is going to be an interesting match because I like Cage. I do. But two extremely different styles.
I just think Danielson's. I just think Danielson's so hot right now.
Yeah.
Well, Danielson is not losing. He is getting his Iron Man match.
Yeah,
with MJF.
He ain't losing.
Now,
this is gonna be a good match.
Does Cage break his arm to make it more adversity for him to work through for the next month? I see that possible. A
kayfabe break arm,
yes. But Danielson still does the matches through the broken arm. I do see that happen.
Oh yeah.
You also have Toni Storm versus Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker. This is why I said
let's go.
Great match, but you've now got two heels versus one face.
Who cares? The winner is us.
And I 120% agree with you.
We win.
As much as you two, I know you don't like Ruby a lot. Too. All three of them can go.
Ruby is fine too. I'm just saying she injury prone, but in terms of being able to go in the ring, she can go. She's just injury prone.
It's gonna be gonna be another great.
That'll
match.
be a fun one.
Again, this card has the chance to be another solid card for AEW.
2023, the year AEW.
You could talk shit all you want, but Tony has done the right things. He built this brand right. People think that they're not going to be around in 5-10 years. You're wrong.
Bullshit.
They're wrong.
Short-sighted people.
If Impact can make it 20 years, now going on 20 plus years, AEW is not going anywhere. And honestly, I think this will be the first year that AEW is in the black.
And don't forget, Impact started out with that fucked up 28-sided ring.
And then went back to it. And then went back to it
again.
Like, why?
And they also survived Hogan and Bischoff too.
Yeah.
So give Impact
if you can survive Hogan and Bischoff, you can survive a nuclear bomb.
Oh yeah.
In the wrestling world, that's what that is.
That's what that is.
Brother, are you ready to get racist, brother? Are you ready to get homophobic, brother?
Homophobic and racist.
Transphobic, brother.
Transphobic and racist, brother.
So
let's go, brother.
We're not going to discuss Impact this week just because we still got to get into this Rumble, but we'll be back and plus my Impact subscription has expired at the moment. I haven't had the money. I haven't had the money to renew it.
Even though you lost the title, I love you, Big Mama Swole.
All right. We're going to take a really quick break and run some commercials, and then we're going to come back and get into Rumble. Will, can you do these real quick? I got to.
About goddamn time, Kill.
I got it started. I'll get it started.
For all things baseball, don't miss the Winter Meetings podcast Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern at youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast. And again, Tuesday mornings on West Coast Radio at 11 a.m. Eastern. Wrap up your Monday with some laughs. Make sure to join Will, Seven, Dan the Dick Warner, and Josie as they dive into the hottest topics of the week across sports, including baseball, basketball, and the NFL. You can catch the episode live Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast, or Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on West Coast Radio. Don't miss the Sports Report Podcast. Put the kids to bed, put on your shades, and crack open a cold one during Sports Report After Dark with Seven and Dan the Dick Warner. You can catch After Dark Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast, and again Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern on West Coast Radio. We believe that athletes are people too, and Skip Bayless is one of the lizard people. Don't miss Sports Report After Dark. Don't miss Fight Night. Every Tuesday night, Will Morgan and Josie Haney break down the hottest topics of the week across combat sports, including UFC, boxing, WWE, AEW, and more. Past episodes are available on youtube.com/The Sports Report Podcast, and each episode will air again Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern on West Coast Radio. Don't miss Fight Night. Tune in or tap out.
All right, so Kill is there. We are finally, after weeks and weeks, finally gonna dive in. Oh, wait, where'd it go? I mentioned his name and he dips out.
Kill says, shit, we're talking about that 2000 Royal Rumble. I gotta go watch that real quick.
I'm sure Kill will be probably right back. But no, so dive into it. Royal Rumble 2000, it aired on, it's the 13th Royal Rumble, actually aired exactly 23 years ago yesterday on January 23rd, 2000, in Madison Square Gardens. Your attendance was 19,231 people. This number blew me away. You think what pay-per-views do now, 50, 60, 70,000 for WWE. Like Mania will probably be over 100,000. And this pay-per-view was 19,000. That shows you how far WWE's come in the last 23 years.
Facts.
First off, before we dive into it, what was y'all's thoughts? What did y'all think of this pay-per-view?
Shit we get nowadays.
If I had to give it a letter grade,
yeah, I didn't know if it was the greatest I'd ever seen.
I would give it a
B.
B minus.
B minus.
B minus.
Early high
C
C.
plus. B minus.
I was gonna
C
say
plus.
a C. I was gonna say a high C. If we're being honest,
The Triple H match was fantastic. So
yeah,
I mean,
that was
Triple
great.
H back then didn't have bad matches.
No, he didn't.
And I mean, Triple H and Mick Foley, if they had
Just
a
for
bad
that,
match,
I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B. B minus, yeah.
like I said,
so
B
good.
minus.
I'll give it a B. I'd say B was good.
I give it a
was
B.
good.
I
mean,
think that's fair. I
And
think that's fair.
and like
The
you,
Rumble wasn't that great.
We're going to talk about it, but that street match was critically acclaimed. Like, I think it got like 4.5 stars back in the day.
Yeah.
So, all right. So your kickoff match was Angle versus Taz. My notes on this match was Taz's WWF debut.
It was.
Taz's suplexes were nasty.
Taz in general was just nasty.
He was.
Yeah.
Anything from his entrance
Brock
down to him in the ring,
Yes.
just nasty.
And honestly, Will, you said it at some point in the show, and I wanted to bring it back up now. Yes, if Taz had stayed healthy, WWF champion.
Yep, easy.
He should have had that belt if he could have stayed healthy.
Yep.
I think Taz's issue is the fact that he is just so compact. His neck, from being just so compact, he has no neck. He has the exact
Right.
He has the exact different issue of Davis Neck Mills. Like, he's got no neck.
Don't do that to Davis Mills, man.
It's just neck meat.
You mean Davis Mecha Neck Mills?
Mecha Neck Mills. The next man up. Let's go. Let's go.
Poor Taz.
Oh, man.
But but no. Taz,
But I enjoyed Taz, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed everything from Taz. His ECW runs. Oh, Taz was just great.
And then, I mean, Angle is Angle. One of the greatest in-ring performers of all time. We've said it thousands of times.
In-ring, on the mic. You got it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
On this
and
show.
shout out to Angle for putting Taz over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and
fair.
one thing I wrote on this is the controversy over Taz's move, the Taz mission. Like, I never knew that choking wasn't allowed in wrestling, because I've always seen Taz missions, like sleeper holds.
Holds.
And it was a sleeper hold. It was not a choke.
It wasn't a choke.
No,
it was a sleeper hold.
It was.
And I'm going to talk about this more during this entire thing, as we say. Jerry Lawler was bugging the fuck out of me this entire thing. He was bugging, especially during the Rumble.
Why?
He was annoying. He was cringy.
Cringy for sure. Yeah, cringy for sure.
But then you got to understand about Jerry, though.
And the time.
But you got to look at when Jerry. You got to look at the time when Jerry was up there. I mean, he was back. He goes as far back as Memphis.
And yes, and Will, the thing is back in the day, Jerry was my favorite. I love Jerry. I just
looking back on it,
he reminds me a lot of Cole. He's super repetitive with things. During the Rumble, he kept and I know this is his thing. He's kind of made a gimmick out of it over 20 years.
The puppies?
But, no, not the puppies. The constantly changing his pick.
Oh yeah.
It is
annoying.
That's fair. It was fair.
It started out being funny as hell, but then
it did. But the
more and more you go.
And pick Shawn Michaels. Oh wait, Josie, I want to pick Ric Flair.
and then also, well, yes, the puppies thing gets a little annoying.
It got old too. I think I got fed up with it when he said that about Paige. When he said that about Paige, I was done.
Well,
I was done.
I
was done. You didn't see that video? Oh, you remember? Paige was at ringside, and they showed Jerry did this, looking at Paige's ass, and then it's like they showed the whole thing on tape, the whole thing. Paige commented on it and everything, and it's like he started talking about her. I was done with Jerry Lawler at that point, but the whole thing started out as funny. And I get it, he's old school, so he's going to think a little bit differently than you would do now. But a lot of his stuff did age out as he went further on.
Yes, and that was just that was what it was. And honestly, it wasn't just King. I found JR a little boring in this one too.
But look at who you're working with, though.
Yeah. Agreed. 100% agreed. He had to be a little bit more toned down.
More toned down than what he normally would be.
Over the top.
Because
all right.
You son of a bitch.
Angle versus Taz, 5-star rating. What do y'all give that match? I would say it was a
4.
A 3.5.
I'll give it a 4.
I would give it a 3.5.
I'll give it a 4. I give it a 4 just because you got two greats in the ring like that.
You didn't
know Kurt was going to be Kurt then.
No, you didn't. Kurt was still very green.
Still had the hair.
Yep.
And then
you almost forget that.
Then your next match, Dudley Boys versus Hardy.
Bro,
that was sick.
That was sick.
I will say,
that was dope.
I did not like Bubba's promo at the beginning. Talk about something that didn't age well. You're going to support John Rocker, who is a homophobic, racist.
This is true.
That man is literal.
This is
human
true. To this day,
garbage.
he's like that.
Garbage.
To this day, he's like that.
He's literal human garbage, and I didn't feel like it was a good look on Bubba.
You want to talk about racism? You want to talk about LGBTQ hate? He's got all that rolled up into one.
He's Ben Shapiro level.
And the thing you have to understand, he was a great pitcher, but because of the person that he is, it just overshoots all that.
All that.
So I didn't like that. But the match was amazing.
That was
one thing that did bug me is, man, there was a lot of talk about rules. Like, they made the comment of how it had to be offensive moves. Both guys go through. Like they talked about the rules a lot.
You don't see that nowadays.
No,
not at all.
Bubba still had the stutter at this point. Even though he only stuttered once, you could tell it was about to end. Like they were pulling him back,
trying to get it off.
These two teams made extreme matches.
Sure, did.
Did y'all see the kid in the corner right there at the on ramp get smacked with the table?
Smacked with the table. Yes.
Devon, get that table. That was awesome.
Bubba and
I'm still mad at the Dudley Boys though because they put my girl Dixie Carter through a table. That was just disrespectful.
Bubba and Devon threw 2 tables at the crowd.
Yep.
And then the Hardy Boys win with Swanton off the entry.
Can you imagine it at that time? You had the Dudley Boys. You had the Hardys. Edge and Christian coming through later.
And then you had
but just
the New Age Outlaws.
New Age Outlaws form.
Yeah. Josie, I think we talked about that in the chat.
I don't have it marked in this match. It was in it's in the Cactus Jack match.
Oh, that was in that match too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one too.
But again, this was a really good, solid match. I did feel like it ran a little long. It was a little long. It started to drag a little bit there towards the end. But I mean, these are two teams that don't have bad matches.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Nope.
After that, we get the one that I know Mr. Kill didn't watch. You get Miss Rumble 2000, and I gotta say, this was total cringe.
Will watched it.
Even to the point, like every woman in this thing looked very uncomfortable.
Will watched every bit of it.
And I did too, Will. I watched it.
I did too, Will.
It didn't.
Free the puppies.
It didn't look. It did. It's not even the fact that it didn't age well. It just. You look back at it and
you know what made me mad about this match though. Kat had no reason to be in that match. The only reason why she was even there because she was Jerry Lawler's girlfriend at the freaking time.
Yeah, and
I didn't care for
like
Kat.
her bubble wrap bikini though.
I didn't like Kat. I just didn't like Kat.
And I wrote down
Operation Free the Titty. Let's go.
I wrote down in this cringe and underlined it, and I said King is a creep.
Yes,
he is such a creeper in this whole thing. And I get that was his gimmick back then.
That was his gimmick then.
But it was a little much.
It was.
Boy, put me in that gimmick. Boy.
Well, you are the Jerry the King Lawler.
I would have kicked Mae Young the hell out. Put some more women in there and let's go.
He'd have had an orgy right there in the ring.
No, wait, Josie, in the Facebook chat, he said Mae Young was his favorite part, right?
I did not say that.
Yes, it was.
I did not say
we
that.
all know it was.
I did not say that. We don't like Droopy here. We don't like Droopy here.
You had Ivory, Terry, Jackie. Who the fuck is BB?
I didn't like Ivory.
I like
Ivory as a wrestler, don't get me wrong, but I don't like her as a model.
Who the fuck was BB?
I wondered that
saw it at one time.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying, I guess she was a medic.
Yeah,
and then she was so hot they put her in it.
They put her in there, but you never saw BB again after that.
No.
And then Luna, yikes!
That was weird. That was weird. Woo. Hey, but shout out to Luna Fashondo. She can go in the ring. I just don't think the swimsuit thing was her bag.
Andy Richter was one of the judges, which was I found really funny. And then Mae Young pops out her titties and is the winner.
Mark Henry, baby.
And then Mark Henry coming in.
Mark Henry, baby. Sexual chocolate, baby.
Again, I could have done totally without that entire segment. Oh, I didn't get a rating. What did y'all think? Rating on the Dudley's Hardy table.
Oh, that was a 4.
4.
Yeah. 4s all day.
4 all day.
Easy.
Yeah.
Then we get
half a star for the women.
Oh, not even.
Oh, 2 stars.
Half a star.
I give 2 stars.
After that,
I think they had the wrong combination of women in there.
Kill goes 0 stars.
After that, you get the
2 stars. They had the wrong combination of women in that thing. To me.
Fair.
After that, they do a cut to the WWF World. Man, I wish that was still a thing. God, I wish that hadn't burned down back in the day. My mom actually went to WWF World and met Angle and Team Shelton and Charlie Haas. Has a picture with him. But you got Coach's debut. Did anybody else? He looked so uncomfortable.
He looked. Oh, that was so uncomfortable. Great. You know, and then if you think about it, it reminds you of those one places like what they call that ESPN had them. It was called like the Zone.
It's Hard Rock.
Whatever.
It was WWE Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hard Rock. Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
they tried. I mean, but you kind of forgot about it though.
But shout out to Coach though, because for a minute he was doing both at the same time. So shout out to Coach because he was doing both for a minute. He was doing both for a little bit at the same time.
Well, and then the world WWF World was supposed to be WWF's version of the Hard Rock. They were going to open multiple chains, and they just couldn't get that one to be as successful as they wanted. Then it burnt down, and they never reopened.
Never reopened it.
Probably a good thing.
Probably.
They would have eventually closed it.
No one ever talks about WWE's had a lot of losses. A lot of things fail. A lot of shows fail. A lot of different characters fail. A lot of outside ventures fail.
Hey, but that's the cost of doing business.
I mean, it is.
I mean, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail at some points. You're gonna win at others. So
absolutely.
Who said that?
After this, Will said that.
I said that. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. It's business, though. You're gonna fail in some business ventures. You're gonna fail at some and win at others.
So after that, you had the triple threat for the IC title: China versus Holly versus Jericho. Has anybody seen the video? I think this
of Jericho.
Recent, of Jericho saying that China was terrible.
China was terrible to work with. Yes.
You know what though? Hey, and forgive me for speaking ill of the dead, but I agree with that.
That's the only thing. After everything that woman has went through, the drug problems, everything that she dealt with in WWF with Triple H cheating on her with Stephanie, all of that, he shouldn't be talking ill of that woman. He shouldn't.
I think the only reason
they maybe not book her correctly. And they said, like, his comment was they had her beating men and she couldn't do that.
Yeah, she sucked. Basically.
I don't think she was that bad. Like,
no.
But the only thing you have to say, look at the person Jericho has been all these years. Have you ever known Jericho to pull a punch?
No, but I still don't think you should be talking.
He's never pulled. He was always honest about it. Then that's the one thing you have to respect. And that's one of the things that really makes him a Hall of Famer at the end of the day. Is because he never pulls his punches, and you get sort of kind of a truth about him, and that works not only out of the ring but also in ring too for better storylines. So you gotta get. I get where you're coming from, Josie, but you sort of kind of got to give the man props for being honest.
Yeah. I did write. This is how they should be using Rhea. And I 100% stand by
yeah.
They should be building Rhea just like they did China.
1,000%.
Hell yeah.
1,000%.
Rhea should be holding an IC title. If you're not going to put a women's champion on it, she should be holding the US or IC title. And today, with the way they build women, it's more believable.
Yeah, Intercontinental. Yeah, no doubt. 1,000 US title. It don't matter.
I love Rhea. Love her.
And then as you were just saying, Will, I wrote it here. Jericho is always a star. That man, like, just it brought me so much nostalgia to see him doing his whole I'm back in New York, Jericho. And then
Again.
Don't
I
forget
love
the list.
that.
Don't forget the list. We can't forget the list.
The list was a long way
The
before
list
after
was,
this. But
hey, I'm just saying the list was awesome though. The list was awesome.
But this,
I grew up in Genesis.
I remember I grew up on Y2J. Like
awesome, man.
that
The jacket.
was when I came in and him doing the light up jacket. And
Yep.
Preach.
I also wrote here, China was the real start of the Divas Revolution.
Yes.
She showed you what
Period.
women's wrestling
Women could do.
be. Now,
just
did it
on a
take
different
another
level.
15, 20 years for it to really kick off? And were there other women?
That's a fair point.
But she really
I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree
women's
with you.
wrestling
I gotta
in
agree
another
with you.
level.
I gotta agree with you.
Because look
on
how the other women were being
Yep.
treated then.
Yep. I gotta
Look
agree
what
with
they
you
were
on that.
doing to talented people like Ivory.
Yeah.
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 She just
Who
doesn't
took
get that
forever-
respect.
And Jackie.
Unfortunately.
Who took forever? Both of those women took forever to get to the Hall of Fame. So I gotta give you props on that.
Ultimately, Jericho wins. I wrote in this, China should have won that match.
Yep.
As
Period.
over as Jericho
End
was,
of story.
and I get it. I do. I think China should have won and been the undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
She felt that way too. If you went back and seen some of that stuff too, she thought so.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I know another thing that sort of kind of pissed me off about the China situation. Her contract became due. When her contract became due, that's when WWE decided to lowball her. And like she said, she could have made more money wrestling in the backyard than what WWE was trying to pay her at that point. And like I said, why y'all gonna do her like that, man?
And
why
that's
y'all
when
do
the
her
dark.
like that?
The
Yeah,
dark
that's
stuff
just
came.
messed up, man.
That's when the dark stuff came.
And that's when everything started spiraling downhill for her. Yeah.
But again, I'll give this match another 4. It was
a
solid match. And we got to talk about the one guy we didn't talk. Hardcore Holly never got the respect the man deserves.
No.
He can go in the ring. The issue is he's terrible on the mic.
Yeah.
Terrible. He could never cut a promo to save his life.
Yeah.
But
he had 2 of the 3. He had 2 of the 3.
He did. He had a great look.
Had the great look.
Yeah.
Good in the ring.
Talk.
Yeah. I love Hardcore. I've always been a fan, and what he's done for the business now, as far as being a producer and a coach and everything, like he's one of those guys that just has done so much for this business. But
Yep.
After that, you get a segment with The Rock, and I wrote it right here.
That was great.
Charisma King.
Awesome.
The king of
that was
charisma.
fantastic. Yep.
He just like 23 years later, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm glued to the television.
Like, damn.
And I did not realize one of The Rock's catchphrases is TikTok.
Yep.
I love it.
Y'all, look at me. Look at Kill.
Kill, go back. Why am I not hearing you? Why am I not hearing you?
His audio has been kind of spotty.
We cannot hear you, Kill. We cannot hear you.
There we go.
There you go.
Listen, it's these old. I've had these AirPods for 3 years.
Oh.
I need to buy new ones. I think that's
It's time for you to upgrade, buddy.
Man, listen, I don't got no time to buy no damn AirPod Pro Maxes too. Where the fuck they call? All right, I got time. I'm trying. All right,
we got time for that shit.
But yeah, he. I mean, it was just. I love how he always cut Cole off with the hand. Yeah, the Rock is just. There's very few people that have that charisma. It's just like we said. There's LA Knight is one of the first people I feel like that really gets on that level of the charisma that the Rock had.
I just feel
and I think the Pebble, but other people here wouldn't agree with me.
I just say that I think we got sort of kind of gypped later on.
We did
later on down the road because I think if you would have had The Rock and Jericho actually team up more or team up,
The Rock should have had a longer run.
You saw those two team up on. You saw those two team up on Raw every now and again, but it really wasn't a team.
Jericho is another one that's on that charisma level of The Rock.
Yep. But
Yeah.
if those
They're
two,
cool.
but if those two would have
Definitely.
interacted more as a team on
Legendary
Raw,
tag.
like you did see a few of those times against Ronda and Booker, I think that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. Charisma on both sides.
But you got to remember, The Rock's run was only about 6-7 years. Like, that was the total of his run from 96 with the Nation of Domination to Hollywood Rock was
Y'all remember that time
2000.
Y'all remember that time he gave Farouk the picture of himself?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
That
the
was
last
great as
time
fuck.
you saw The Rock before his return was 2003, I believe.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah.
And so
Sounds
it
right.
would people don't really. Yes, he had a huge hand in wrestling in that time in the Attitude Era and things like that, but his run wasn't very long. Same thing with Stone Cold. His run wasn't very long.
But the
it
thing-
was
but
just
the
a
thing-
very dominant run.
But the
Injuries
thing
with
that
that
it was the dominance and what each and what each match within that run meant.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Because Will, every time around this time, I start watching old WrestleManias and Royal Rumbles and No Way Outs. And for 3 years, from 2000 to 2003, he was the main event in every Mania for 3 straight years. I don't know if that record has ever been broken. To main event every single year.
And don't forget, SmackDown was created because of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Next, you have the worst match on this card, the most pointless match on this card, and that was the New Age Outlaws versus the Alkalites. It was just stupid. It was short. It wasn't waste of time. And honestly, one of the tag teams I think that got the biggest jip ever. The fact that the Alkalites never held the tag titles is absolute bullshit.
But you know what though? They didn't need it.
They didn't. But back then they put it on people that didn't need it. The New Age Outlaws didn't need it, and they had it 4 times.
And they had it for like what, 4 or 5 times? Yeah.
So they could have had it one time, and it would just made them even better.
Yeah.
And I think it's absolute bullshit that the Farouk and JBL. And again, I'm not a fan of JBL, but I am a fan of APA, and I think APA should have had that tag titles
At least one
time.
run. At least one run.
But that match was actually absolute garbage. It was
I know,
pointless.
but Josie, tell the world what you told me the other day. You know you love that clothesline from hell.
Oh, I mean,
that shit. Awesome.
JBL has one of the dirtiest, nastiest clotheslines in the business. And it's not even just the way he throws it; it's the way that people sell it.
Yep. They turn inside out.
Yeah, he's got a nasty clothesline. I've been watching lately, because I've been seeing on TikTok the cues that people do. Like, have y'all ever noticed?
Yeah, like they pat on the back.
The pat on the back for the DDT.
Yep.
Randy, if he's actually gonna do his pop over,
He'll do a clap.
He claps.
Clap.
If he doesn't clap, it's not gonna happen. If he claps, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Also,
Miz does it too.
Miz does one too. I also noticed they'll tap knee if they want him to run and then take a knee. But yeah, I noticed with JBL with that clothesline across the chest.
Let them know.
Here it comes.
Then you get the pre-main event, because the main event of this one is the Royal Rumble, but the pre-main event and probably easily the match of the night, which is hard to say because this was a great pay-per-view. Some really good matches. Like
matches on here.
I wish we had more pay-per-views like this today.
Yes.
Hey, we might get
and Josie, and I don't think we've hit on it, but the flow of the show too.
Yes.
The flow of the show was fantastic. You know,
seamless.
Not as many. Yeah.
And the match was almost 30 minutes long.
30 minutes long.
Almost 30 minutes.
Not as many video packages.
Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Raw after Triple H said, that's a sick motherfucker.
Yeah, he did.
He said,
Yeah.
"That's a sick
Well,
motherfucker."
because this led to their Hell in a Cell match at Mania.
Hell in a Cell.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
I can't wait for that one.
Yep.
I actually, Kel, I hate to tell you, I think the Mania we're going to do is Mania 17 because I want to talk about Rock Stone Cold. I want to talk, especially since we might be getting that rematch. I think we're going to jump a year and do WrestleMania from 2001.
Stone Cold.
But Cactus versus Triple H in a street fight. Cactus was so fucking over. Like, I don't think I've seen someone as over as Cactus Jack in all of my years of wrestling.
And you got to remember something too. He started in WCW, didn't get that huge pop you think he would get in WCW.
Went to ECW, still didn't get pop.
ECW still didn't get no pop. Came over to WWE and people started noticing right off the rip and got that pop.
Well, and it's also the fact that like that man put him and Hell in a Cell are so synonymous with each other. You mentioned Hell in a Cell, even to non-fans. You mentioned Hell in a Cell, they automatically go to Mick.
And Taker's still and Taker's still talking about it to this day.
And I mean, that I will never. I mean, you think they talk about all the time the match between him and Taker, where he got thrown off the cage and Mick won the title for his one and only time to hold the title. Is what really was the change. That's when WWF started beating WCW in the ratings.
But
that is the turning point.
But also, that's when brought out the bad side of Ric Flair, because Ric Flair said, "I'd be damned if I'm losing to a glorified stuntman."
Oh, they don't get along.
Yeah, they don't get along at all.
No, Rick doesn't think Mick's a true wrestler.
Wow.
Woo.
No.
But the thing that kills me with that is all the punishment Ric Flair took, and again, he has taken some punishments. I'll give him that. But those steel cage matches.
Well, even that match, Rick
ain't got nothing on that.
No,
Rick ain't got nothing on that.
He fully destroyed his body to entertain us all.
Oh,
he did. I actually had
you can tell in this match too.
I actually had that conversation. My brother hasn't been a fan in 15 years, but even he realizes and the level that Mick sacrificed himself to entertain us. I don't remember who was saying this earlier. Will, I think it might have been you about the chair shots. The chair shots in this match were nasty.
This was hard to watch.
It really was. Headshots after headshots. And this is actually where I'm going to bring it up real quick.
And they weren't even covering.
We talked about this a little bit last night. Will, I get your point in saying that PowerSlap isn't a bad thing. My big issue with Dana White's new project, PowerSlap, is in this age of CTE, we should not be letting people take open palm slaps to the head. Even Chris Nowinski, Will, one of the biggest proponents for concussions. One of the biggest proponents. He's literally a lobbyist now for CTE. Is so against this. And that's just my thing. If guys want to do this, that's fine. That's on you. It's your choice. I just don't think we should be putting something like this on a level of like TBS right after Dynamite. Because and I slap box as a kid. I'm gonna admit I never did because I thought it was stupid then. I don't understand it. But like I've watched clips from last week's episode, and these dudes are literally getting knocked the fuck out. And then having to get back up in a 30-second time frame to take another slap.
Another one.
It's just stupid. Like the damage, and it's not like you can tell someone just to hit with the soft of your palm. They're palm striking these motherfuckers.
They're hitting them pretty much. They're hitting
them. You getting hit. Ain't nothing fake about this.
It's different. It's not like boxing or MMA or wrestling where you're trying to protect this. You were literally standing there just like this, holding a tube, taking a total undefended strike to the head.
Yep.
What do you think your brain is doing? That's what it's doing.
But again, you mentioned it earlier. If guys want to do it,
it's their choice. I just don't think it should be on mainstream. If you want to put that on YouTube where people can go find it. I just don't think it should be
at the end of the day, it's about it's less common sense and more about money.
Yes.
Guys won't see the common sense until after they go through the effects of their actions.
Yes.
Yeah, let them be stupid. And when they get older and their brain's fucked up and they can't
they're gonna realize it.
I just that is my only issue with it, is I just think like in what we know about head injuries and what the NFL is doing to try and prevent head injuries, and one of the most physically dominant sports and brutal sports that there are outside of MMA and boxing, for this to be a thing. And I fucking hate Dana White. I hate him. I think he's an idiot. He's one of the worst commissioners in sports, and I think he should be catching a lot more flack for what he did to
he did to it. Yeah.
And I agree on all that with Dana. Particularly his thought process in general. If you watch his show, his thought process in general is kind of whacked out.
Oh,
it's fucked up. Yeah.
Well, and Kill, you said this. It's not just this, and I say this as one. It is this, and the fact that he is a white man. Because if it had been,
that'd be me and you. That'd be me and you.
Even if y'all were at the level of Dana White,
we'll cancel.
Even if you're at the level of Dana White and it'd been you, cancel.
You cancel. How the fuck did he beat on his wife and just get away with it? That's maybe what I thought. Yeah.
And then, I watched the thing the other day where a reporter straight up asked him, because you remember in 2014 he said that you can't move past that after one of his fighters was found with domestic violence.
I remember that.
He said, you can't move past it. And he said, I don't move past it. But you are moving past it.
You did. No one's giving you any no one's giving you any
after what Kyrie took over just some comments about the Jewish people.
Call hell for those comments. Call hell.
Hell.
So
he said Dana White has not had to go over any repercussions for what he did.
Zero.
So that's wrong.
Zero.
I honestly don't believe PowerSlap will make another season. I think we'll get the one, and I think there will be enough outrage. I wanted
it's like all the other shows on TBS.
You don't get one season. Guys gonna make some money. You gonna get one season. You gonna get one season. Guys gonna make some money, make a name for themselves, and it's gone.
Yeah. The final thing in that Cactus Triple H match, God, I miss blood in WWE.
Yes.
I know I say that AEW uses it too much, and they do, but I miss
WWE used it right though. That's where I saw it.
Right.
They used it right.
Yes.
That's where AEW goes wrong.
Yes. They do. They use it too much.
It's the timing of it.
And it's not even that AEW as a whole used it. Mox. And I love me.
Yeah.
Mox is one of my top 5.
That's fair. Fair, Josie.
But if Mox is in a match, there is a 92% chance that he's bleeding.
Probably more than that.
And I love Moxley, but god damn, man. Stop bleeding Kool-Aid.
But yeah, this match I would say this match 4.75 out of 5. It was that damn good.
Yeah.
I might give it a 5.
Yeah, it's good. I was gonna say I thought 5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5.
Well, and then another thing too, like I kind of noticed real quick before we move on, like how when they're on the announcers table, like how it didn't break as easy as it does now. Anybody notice that?
Now they use breakaway tables.
Yeah, breakaway tables. Yeah. Anyway,
but finally we get to the main event, and that is the Royal Rumble. Your number 1 and number 2.
I didn't think it was that good.
I'd give this Rumble like a 2.5 to 3-ish, somewhere in that range.
2. It was fun.
Give it a 3. Give it a 3.
Ooh.
I'll give it a 3.
So your number 1 and number 2 were D'Lo Brown and Grandmaster Sexay.
No, because The Rock won.
Oh, all right.
Well,
okay, fair.
I'll let Jonesy go.
So your number 1, number 2 were D'Lo Brown and Grandmaster Sexay. I will say,
no, you ain't said it right. Grandmaster Sexay.
Sexay. Now I will say, Will, I never noticed on how mine too. I was a huge Too Cool fan. But I will say, Will, I did not notice on how much they dropped little subtle hints
Yes.
about Sexay being Lawler's
JR.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
never realized until now as
They
I've gotten
did.
older.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they do that all the time.
Yep,
They
yep.
I
drop
didn't catch
little
it the first
things.
time, Josie, but I caught it the second time I watched it after
That's
you said
actually
that.
his kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
son.
yeah. That's Christopher Lawler. Is
Yeah,
his
that was
name.
his son.
Lawler. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the son.
And
God rest,
Yeah.
God rest his
God,
soul.
rest in peace, Chris Lawler.
Rest in peace, Chris
Yeah.
Lawler.
Pastor.
Yeah, he passed.
He was killed by police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White man killed by police.
Josie, you can't laugh. Like, damn it.
But you know what though? But you can't say this. But
It's
you
just-
can't say. But you can't say this. It happens to. It's just not us. It happens to everybody.
It does. It does. But I say that because it's a lot more rare.
Yeah,
A lot
is.
more
Yeah.
rare. And it
It
shouldn't
is.
be a thing at
It
all.
is.
Shouldn't be a thing
No.
at all.
Yeah,
It should
yeah.
not. Should
Yeah.
not. 1000%.
Hopefully, he had kids.
And so, and don't get me wrong, Chris had his issues. He had drug problems. He was having supposedly like theft issues.
He had some demons.
Damn.
He had some serious demons.
Yeah, some serious demons, yeah.
After wrestling, he got hurt towards the end of his career. Ended up on painkillers. Got addicted
Boy
to
was
them.
on roids though during that stint.
I
He
mean,
was on
let's talk about it,
Little bit.
Stacks. How many people on this pay-per-view weren't juicing?
That's fair. I know, but it just that one stuck out a little bit.
You know what?
more than I
Hey, hold on now.
Big
Rikishi
Keish,
ain't juicing. Taz ain't
Big
juicing.
Keish, Taz, and
Did anybody else
I
find
will
it cringy
even
how
say-
they zoomed in on his ass?
always they always did for the stink
Well, I
face.
mean, I know they did, but it was just, but like I remember it, but like it just
You
brings
gotta
it back,
remember
and
that
I'm just
was
like,
his
damn.
biggest weapon.
Yeah,
Biggest weapon,
fair.
literally.
Hey, that
But-
movie gave birth to the Usos. You better respect.
The Usos and Solo.
And
It
Solo.
did. Especially
Hey.
Solo. Solo's
Hey, but
got
you-
his ass.
Hey,
Someone's
but
getting there.
but shout out to Rikishi. He had like 7 eliminations in this
Yeah,
match.
well,
He
that's
did.
what I was.
He did.
That's what I was gonna
He's
say.
cleaning
So,
house.
You had D'Lo, Grandmaster, Mosh, Christian. Rikishi came in at 5, lasted 16 minutes and 23 seconds, and had 7 eliminations.
7.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Lost Man, Buckland, Edge, Gangrel, Test,
Too
and
cool.
the British Bulldog.
Damn, Edge.
That's amazing.
Sorry.
And too cool.
That's amazing.
They don't give too cool. Oh, they don't give.
They don't give him that one?
those.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
favorite elimination. Is when he was
Yeah.
dancing with him.
Yeah, and then he
They're
threw him
not
out.
listed. They're not listed at all. So no, I think it was
What?
actually 9. So yeah,
Yeah,
not
I was
listed
gonna
as-
say that's weird. Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
he
That's
tossed
crazy.
him.
No,
I'm
my
getting
favorite
this
limit-
list off
Now,
of.
my favorite elimination of all time was from Bad News Brown. Eliminated Britt the Hitman Hard ass. Britt Hitman Hard. They were friends. We thought we friends. We better get on blaster done, bruh.
But after Kishi, you had Scotty 2 Hottie, Steve Blackman, Viscera, Bossman, Test.
hated
Bossman
Steve
looked
Blackman.
really good
I
in
hated
this
Steve
match.
Blackman back then.
I didn't know
I
who
think-
Blackman was.
His stupid
he
little
was-
ass kendo stick.
Well, Blackman is
him?
actually
Oh.
Blackman is actually a martial artist.
Oh yeah.
That
I know
was
he is. I
turned
just saying
into
I like
a
him in
wrestler.
WWE.
But
I
he
forgot
had
about the
no
kendo stick.
charisma.
I just thought he was out of
No.
He was Joe. He was like a fish out of water.
Did
The
he
only
go
thing-
under a different name at any point after that, or was it
No.
always Blackman?
No, it's
He
always
wasn't
been Blackman.
around. He was only around to like 2002 or 3.
I
I think
remember the
right
kendo
around
stick
the
now.
time that the Ruthless Aggression era kicked off, he
Oh,
was
he was gone by
Yeah.
then.
He was out.
He was out by then.
Okay.
Okay. As we talked, a lot of guys have 2 out of the 3 things. Blackman only had 1. He was pretty good in ring, but he was
That was
terrible
Mhm.
on everything else.
Yep.
And he only lasted 44 seconds in the match.
Yeah, it was rough.
Walk in, get thrown out.
No way.
That's it.
The best elimination is Santino Marella.
Oh,
That's
well,
my favorite. That's my favorite.
you mean the new DOA of Impact, baby. Put some respect on his name.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
favorite elimination right there. I love
And then you got Big Viscera. I love me some Viscera. I love that man.
How quick though?
He did a minute and 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Too quick. Way too quick.
Big Boss Man had one of the longest runs in that
Love
match.
Big Boss.
Yeah, he did.
22 minutes. Can y'all tell me who do y'all think had the most time in this Rumble?
I love Big Boss Man, by the way.
And it wasn't Boss Man.
I got to look at the list again. Let me look at my list.
So while they're looking, after you had Test, Bulldog, Gangrel, Edge at 13, Bob Backlund at 14, Chris.
Test at 26 minutes, 17 seconds.
Yeah. You cheated.
Test.
Fair enough.
Cheater.
Everybody, hold on. Everybody else can look at the list, but I can't. Come on, man.
No, I was the only one looking at the list.
Well, true, but I didn't write down the time.
He was looking at his written list. I was the only one looking at the list. Peter, you had Backlund at 14, Jericho at 15, Crash Holly at 16, China at 17.
China was, that was interesting.
Eliminated Y2J, by the way. That was fitting.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Revenge.
Farouk at 18, who only lasted 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Road Dogg.
He did 25, some shit, cradling on the ropes the whole time.
And then was eliminated by his tag team partner, Billy Gunn.
That was great. Yeah.
Daddy ass.
Al Snow, Val Venus at 21, Prince Albert. Man.
Y'all seen Val Venus lately? He looked terrible.
A-Train, baby. A-Train.
I would not want to wrestle that man because there's no way I'm touching that big old hairy, oily.
Goddamn 40-year-old virgin in there.
Every time I see it, it just makes me
Kelly Clarkson.
It's like a radio. I don't know what the fuck that thing is.
Yeah, that was like some type of growth or something on his back.
Yeah.
23, Hardcore Holly. 24, The Rock. 25, Billy Gunn. 26, Big Show.
Big Slow, baby.
It's the Big Slow.
Again, another man that should have had more of a dominant role in WWE. He should have been more like a 6 or 7 time champion.
I didn't necessarily like.
They turned him into a joke.
But you have to understand, he almost won every title in there, though.
He did. I think he is a Grand Slam champion in the old school.
Yeah, old school Grand Slam. Yeah.
But I just like they turned him into a joke about 2002 or 3 is when they started teaming it. He got big into the tag team, and then after that he went on one of the most losing WrestleMania streaks of all time.
Then he became an ambassador after all that.
And
I'm hoping that's kind of how I remember him. So that's kind of why I don't think he's that good. Probably
one more run in AEW. I would love. Supposedly, we're gonna at some point get some Captain Insano in AEW, and I'm all.
Oh god!
It's the Big Slow.
It's Captain Insano.
Bradshaw at 27, Kane at 28, The Godfather at 29, and then
That is hose.
That is hose.
That is hose.
That's why he lost, because he had hose.
No, he had hose.
He had his hose in this one.
But they didn't stay though, did they?
No, they never stayed.
I don't remember. They always went back to the back.
They never stayed unless he was in a singles match.
Right.
They never stayed. And then 30 X-Pac. And I mean, Godfather was only in for a minute and 30 seconds.
He had to get back to the hose.
He did.
It was obvious The Rock was going to win. Like, I kind of knew. I don't know.
That's what made it so watered down for me.
He was the biggest draw.
The biggest draw they had.
He was the biggest draw.
At least the Rumble. Period.
On that one, Stacks, I agree with you. It was the fact that there were the greatest thing about the Rumble are the surprises.
Yes.
It's the fact that you only know about 10 or 15 people that are going to be in it. And then the rest, you have no idea. They had the biggest surprise of this whole one was Bob freaking Backlund.
And nobody gave a shit.
And no one cares.
Nobody gave a flying fuck about Bob
You ain't going to remember him. I don't think he did.
And then, did anybody else get annoyed? Sorry, Will. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You did.
But they had who they have interrupting the Kai and Ty or whatever.
Funaki, and then the posse, like that was annoying. Like once, okay, but like the multiple times. Get the fuck out of here. And then we go back to the head injuries, and when he got smacked on the floor, how many times they replay that? That boy had a concussion straight up.
I just wanted to say real quick, Bob Backlund shouldn't have been in this match because this match is not his match. He's a submission wrestler. No. It's not his match.
They definitely hadn't started at this point pulling off surprises in the Rumble.
No, this Rumble
again, the pay-per-view as a whole was great. This was, other than the New Age Outlaws Acolyte match, this was the low point of the whole show.
It was terrible. And for as long as it, I mean, I get it, it's a Rumble,
but for as long as it an hour long.
But goddamn,
it was boring, slow.
The show almost went through it. The show almost went 3 hours at 2 hours. 41 minutes, 27 seconds.
Well, and then I think the highlight outside of the Rock win, I mean, obviously we had a few, but when Mosh came out wearing those cones, King says, "Is that in tribute to Mae Young showing her titties, showing those puppies?" God. I mean, for real, like outside of that, like
the puppies,
like the cones he had going on, like the puppies. I got a chuckle out of that, but damn.
I'm sorry for picking this Rumble. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, you did good. There was some great matches in there.
Was really good.
The
Rumble.
No, I'm not. So I'm not upset. We're not upset.
It just had 2 bad matches. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go, because I gotta ask this, and I saw this on TikTok today.
Oh God.
Charlotte was talking trash about Mickie James and saying she wants a shot at Mickie James. Look, I don't think Charlotte want to go down that route. I really don't think she does.
No. And I was gonna bring up, I think you might get your wish. I think Nick Aldis is about to show up in Impact.
Let's go, baby.
Especially where Mickie just took a Bubba Bomb. So I think Aldis might be showing up. But real quick,
so he won't be Magnus, but he'll be Nick, and that's good enough for me.
Before we get out, I will say, so the things that annoyed me the most about this Rumble, the Rumble itself, were, like you said, the run-ins were too much. Stacked. And then, as I said before, Jerry bugged the fuck out of me. For one, changing his pick, which I know is his thing, I get it. But also,
I'll take that over Booker T, though.
Oh
God, hell yeah.
There's not much I wouldn't take over Booker T.
Chucky Ducky quack quack.
But also what drove me crazy,
WCW champion.
What also drove me crazy was the fact that every time someone was going to come out, this is The Rock. He's going to be The Rock.
Yeah.
How many times you said that? Like 10 times.
Every time until he came out, which was 24 people.
Yeah.
But again, Dax, no, you picked a good pay-per-view. This was a good one. I would give the entire pay-per-view. I would give the entire pay-per-view, like I said, about 3.75 stars.
Yeah, a 3.5.
Good job, Kill.
Yeah, 3.75. Yeah.
Next time I'll pick a banger where like the Royal Rumble match is actually good. And everything else.
And it's tough to have a really good Rumble match.
All around, all around.
I mean, but at least this year we got some prizes that come through. Hell, for all we know.
And like I said, you looked at when they showed who is announced for the match. In the men's, I think you had 10. In the women's, it's not even that. I think they've only announced like 6 or 7. So, and then they also have a lot bigger roster than what they had back then. With the legend,
and that's the same. That's the thing, though. I mean, that just kind of went back to the roster and how, like, kind of
what you had available to you
back then. For sure. Yeah.
But at least this year you got some surprise. Me, for all we know, here Josie could run out there.
Josie's gonna run out
Josie
there.
come running out there.
Josie's gonna run out there.
Josie come running out there. Get one hit.
I mean, it is in San Antonio. I'm only about an hour and a half away.
Oh, you're not that
far. Only about an hour and a half away. So I mean, WWE. Oh man, I'd be in the women's one, but
Bailey. I need to meet
Josie versus Charlotte. Charlotte get one hit in. Charlotte get one hit in. Josie be out the ring.
No. With Charlotte, I just go for an implant. Palm
There
strike.
you go.
Hey, Natalia, you might want to stay gone, sis. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Joey's gonna get you.
Listen, but make sure you. So I know Mr. Stacks is going to be out of town, so he will not be at the watch party. Will is going to be there temporarily. Kill, are you going to be there?
Yeah, I got to watch the Royal Rumble.
Okay, so you and me going to be watching this watch party.
I'll be there till about 9:30 or so. Then I got my own show to do.
But we'll be watching that. So make sure you join us at 6:30 this Saturday for the Rumble watch party on Twitch and Facebook.
Yes.
Rhea Ripley, baby.
I don't know.
Give it to her.
So real quick before we get out of here, y'all gave me your men's pick. I think everybody here thinks it's going to be Cody for the men.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, baby.
Cody Rhodes.
Outside of who you hope for, who do you actually think is going to win the women's?
Does it even matter if it's not Rhea?
This is a tough one.
Does it even matter if it's not Rhea?
I don't know who is over enough if it isn't.
If it ain't Rhea, it don't make no sense.
No,
if it ain't Rhea, it don't make no sense. Unless you bring hold on, whoa. I got a question.
Who?
I got a question.
Becky? Oh, yeah.
I got a question.
Fair.
I got a question.
Fair.
Are NXT women going to be in this?
Yes.
Oh, Nikita.
I wish. I freaking wish. She's not over enough. She needs.
But you're talking about surprises, though.
Yeah.
That would be a huge shock.
I would love to see a surprise come in and win it. And I mean, do y'all think Sasha? Possibly.
Nah.
Not yet. Naomi.
Possible.
Maybe.
Feel that glow.
I think we see her. I think we see her in the match.
I think we see her in the match. I just don't think she wins it.
I don't think she wins it.
I think you're going to see.
Actually,
could she though? See quite a few returns on both sides.
Yeah, you're going to see some returns. But I'm going with
Chelsea Green is probably going to make her return in this match.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see quite a few returns on both sides
going with
of
Nikita,
it.
Though.
But honestly, where now you have two Rumbles, which each take about 45 minutes to an hour for the incomplete match. You don't have you've only got like 3 other matches listed on the card. So we'll be starting at 6:30, me, Kill, and Will. So make sure you join us. If Stacks gets home early, maybe he'll pop in at the end.
If I'm home early, I'll pop in. No doubt.
So make sure you join us for that. We might have some my buddies from my other wrestling page jump in if they're free.
There you
go. So Brandon might jump in there, Stacks, if he's free. I messaged him.
Oh, yeah, Brandon. Yeah, he was cool.
Hey, don't forget. This is Sami Zayn's final test.
This gonna be good because I think, it's gonna set it up.
Did anybody else think that? Did anybody else think that Kevin had written his name on that contract? I thought that's where they were going to go with it. I really did feel like that's where they were going to go with it.
Well, Elimination Chamber is when Sammy's probably going to face Roman.
So in February, guys, we're going to be talking about No Way Out, No Way Out 2001, because I want to do the No Way Out that leads up to the WrestleMania 2001. So make sure you take a look at that. So sometime in March or in February, we'll be talking about that.
Let's do it.
And
as long as Kill gets here in time.
I know what you're talking about. Black people are always on time. I know what you're talking. No, Will. Mine is better. Listen, we all know.
Mine the original though, cuz mine the original Lex Luger.
I'm the
original Lex Luger, baby.
I'm the updated younger.
The original Lex Luger, baby.
Look, I got
younger, sleeker version.
Look at this right here. Look at it right here.
Side plates.
Look at this.
You got side plates.
The original Lex Luger, baby.
You got side plates?
Look at it right there. The original Lex Luger, baby.
Look at that. Look at the detail.
Your TNT title is better, Will.
The original Lex Luger. Dusty Rhodes had this belt, baby. Lex Luger held this belt.
I'm Big Papa Punk, cause I'm the big booty daddy.
Look here. Booker T held this belt, baby.
There's a 36% chance of winning.
Come on now. Booker held this belt going out. He was the last. He was the last U.S. champion.
I did want to talk about how even WWE has paid tribute to Jay. That's been pretty cool.
Yeah, that has.
They even on NXT last week.
It has been
mentioned it right as it happened. So that's been really cool. And then did y'all hear that Tony is helping to support the family with all the costs and everything?
Yeah, I heard that too. Cool. I heard that.
I've heard that Tony is hard to work for because he's demanding of his employees. But he's a good guy and he treats them well.
He cares.
He cares.
Vince McMahon. Bitch ass motherfucker.
I was looking real quick. I was looking real quick at notes if anything I missed as far as news. Brian Cage's AEW deal is about coming to an end. Do y'all think he's re-signing?
Yes.
I think so.
I think so. He got a thing called bills. He'll resign.
Gotta pay bills, homie.
Gotta pay the bills, homie.
And I don't think that he is cut for WWE. I think he'll get lost in WWE.
WWE is a different animal.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Was anybody else surprised in the intro to the 30-year show
that they had Jericho
and who else was in there? Eddie Guerrero. I was kind of surprised by that.
Eddie didn't surprise me. Eddie didn't surprise me because they talk about Eddie all the time. They do a tribute to Eddie all the time. They let wrestlers wear gear. I would have been more surprised had Benoit been in it. Ooh. And I've heard that's a rumor. I've heard a rumor that David Benoit might make his appearance in the Rumble.
Well, he didn't do nothing wrong, so we'll see.
It's not fair for him to get blacklisted because of what his daddy did.
No, not at all. Not at
all. He could change his name. Maybe that could work.
Well, I don't think WWE is going to let him come out under the Benoit name. They have done everything they can.
Too much stain.
That's what I wanted to bring up real quick before we get out of here. Did y'all hear what Okada said and what he wants to do? A Wrestling World Cup, Tag Team World Cup with New Japan, AEW, and WWE, to the point that he said he will go talk to Tony Khan and Triple H to make this happen.
You mean Vince? I don't think Vince gonna buy that.
No, he said Triple H.
Oh.
He said Triple H.
The forbidden door, the true forbidden door could be open.
I mean, even if it's just one time a year,
that'd be fun.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting.
Versus Young Bucks.
Yeah, I mean,
what
you
tag team
could have
WWE gonna bring?
You could have the Usos, the Young Bucks,
Fuck the Young Bucks,
Okada, and shit, I can't think of the other guy.
Fuck the Young Bucks.
But all right, guys, thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Fight Night. We will see y'all next week for more back to our regularly scheduled program. We'll be talking some Impact, we'll be talking some news.
Join them Saturday. Watch party.
Yes, make sure you tune in on Saturday for me, Kill, and Will as our watch party. You won't want to miss it. Those are a lot of fun. We'll be talking all kinds of wrestling, talking shit on what's going on the TV. So make sure you join us for that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the Hardwood, 10 Eastern, 9 Central.
I will not be there, but Dan may be holding it down, so hopefully Dan will hold it down.
There may not be a Hardwood tomorrow night.
That's true. That's true. I don't think Dan has made his mind up yet, so I think he was going to talk to 7, but we'll see.
So we'll see about that. Make sure you tune in for that. After Dark on Thursdays. Winter meetings be back at the end of February, beginning of March. Make sure you tune on for that. And then, as always, Monday nights, our flagship show, Sports Report, where we talk all things sports. Make sure you tune into that.
Sports.
And then don't forget Super Bowl Sunday, watch party. I'm hoping to have all of us there.
That'd be nice.
Talking football.
That's a lot of snacks I got to buy over the weekend, by the way.
Hey, don't forget, we're running a new segment on Super Bowl Sunday. Judging the team's cheerleaders. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a fantastic segment.
I swear, Will's horniness is going to get us canceled.
How am I the youngest?
Fucking JR over there.
Like,
puppies.
How? How does this happen? Will, what is wrong? Are you okay? Like
I just like to have a good time, bro. That's all
like,
I like to
you
do.
crunch up Viagra with your fruity
Hey, listen,
pebbles?
I just like to have a good time.
With your fruity pebbles, he says.
Hey, I just like to have a good time, bro. That's all. I just like to have a good time. My girl Erica gonna be with me, so we're gonna have a good time, bro.
It'll be a good one. So make sure you tune in for that, guys. Thank y'all again. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Latest.
Back to this.
Oh, you can still go, even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never